here on Tobacco Road. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcats offense will take the field first. And David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing you've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
Dropping back, it's Seagal. Shoots it to the left. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
More statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Fakes the grab. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. NC State to the line on 3rd and inches. He'll keep it on the sneak. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. The give out of the gun. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides the back and leaves it. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. Excellent pass by the back on the option. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The handoff to Johnson. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll try the run. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Dropping back, it's Siegel. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Touchdown, Wolfpack. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end
The defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Bring in the heat. Hit as he throws. It's complete to the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out and you can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those men.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Bearcats will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. He turns that loose down the right side. He's got it on the outside. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Great job by the back on the option. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year.
He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They finally get him corralled, and he almost ended this first quarter with a bang. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Johnson. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Wilson to pass. He's got him. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese, the bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals still out ahead of them right now in play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
He's got him this time.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
Wolfpack line up, trying to forge ahead for a few inches. Big fullback's got it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Now the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he couldn't get rid of the football. Tried to buy a little time and then finally just said, well, let's run another play.
Well, obviously at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Makes the grab on the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Under fire. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Power football with the run. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. And the Bearcats headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Seagal. Throws to the tight end. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Finds his man, it's Johnson.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down and try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Snagged out of the air. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. NC State a lot of freedom to do anything here on 2nd and inches. The offense changing the play. Wilson will throw. He's going to fire deep. And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. 2nd and goal for this offense. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pressure coming. Going for 6. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for your quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Working that left side now. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. I see a look of disappointment from this kicker, but that offense is happy. They'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and he'll finish the run and the end zone. Carolina State.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw. It's Siegel. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Snags it quickly on the left. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. To the ground with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab down the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Give to the back. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Dances away. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Wilson to pass. Gets it out quickly. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down and one that did not pay off. Wide receiver going in motion. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option of working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Bearcats will line up to punt it away. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds.
Illegal block event. Return team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. Wilson will throw. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football.
Turning it on. The 50. The 40. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay.
Touchdown, NC State! And they take it in for 6 more points. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Seagal. Looking to the big tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long. The give to the back. And some room to work. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
We reach the break. It's NC State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Leaves it with the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Bearcats line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Has to get there to move the sticks. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You know, you go for it on 4th and inches in this fringe area of the field in your opponent's territory. I'd be curious to see if on the next play now, they're going to try and take a shot and see if they can catch the defense sleeping.
Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bearcats! This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Zings it complete to the right. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Floating away. Going right and going deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative. Or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. You know, I don't like the other coach.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Right on the money. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Still running at the 40. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. NC State on the move, set up with another 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Makes his man miss.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Design quarterback runs. There's so many of them, so many ways to do it. But either way, it's about getting that extra blocker and getting a dynamic athlete. These quarterbacks are all dynamic athletes. They're basically running backs now playing quarterback, trying to get them in space. And you can see he does the rest. He can chew up those yards quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Looks like the Wolfpack will pick up the 1st down.
And another Wolfpack.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the 1st, and keeping this drive alive.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible. But when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14-0. They want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented. Nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot bigger than this.